Today we're going to annotate Unit 8, Week 1's second text called Water's Awesome Wonder. This can be found on page 10 of your reader. Please follow along as I read to you. Paragraph 1. Did you know that water can be an artist? It can when it flows downhill and carves rock into amazing shapes. When water moves over rock, it slowly wears away the rock. We call that erosion. In my opinion, erosion can create something beautiful. The Grand Canyon is a great example of this. Take a moment to look at the picture of Arizona's Grand Canyon, which became a national park in 1919. One key word that I circled was erosion. And there's a context clue which already tells us what it means. Slowly wears away the rock. Water isn't the only thing that can cause erosion. Did you know that wind could also cause erosion? I want you to think about that. Think about some of the examples of when wind can cause erosion. I underlined carves rock in the first paragraph. And then I added the word water. So water carves rock. That's a detail. I also noticed in this sentence, in my opinion, erosion can create something beautiful. The author is stating his or her opinion. For author's purpose, in this case, is the author trying to persuade you to do something or to think a certain way, to inform you about a topic, or to entertain. In this case, the author's purpose is trying to persuade you. He or she is trying to persuade you that the erosion that was caused by water in the Grand Canyon is absolutely beautiful. The main idea is that water can slowly break down rock and change its shape. If you've written something else as your main idea and as your annotation, that's okay. If you'd like to copy down the main idea that I've written, please pause the video so that you can do so. Press play when you're ready to resume and hear the further paragraphs. The Grand Canyon began to form long ago. The Colorado River flowed across the desert floor, carving through the rock in its path. Wind, sand, and mudslides cut away even more rock. Slowly, the gash became deeper and deeper. Today, this beautiful canyon is more than a mile deep in some places. It can even be seen from space. In the picture, the Colorado River has been carving the Grand Canyon for over 5 million years. Take a moment to underline some key details and to write down your annotations for paragraphs 3 and 4. The Grand Canyon was formed long ago by the Colorado River, wind, sand, and mudslides. I've underlined Colorado River carving through the rock and the examples of erosion, wind, sand, and mudslides, as well as more than a mile deep. And I put exclamation marks next to it can even be seen from space because that's a wow, that's unbelievable. The other one I put an exclamation mark next to was that it had been carving the Colorado River has been carving the Grand Canyon for over 5 million years. Wow. If this is mind-blowing to you as well, I encourage you to look up the Grand Canyon in Britannica School, which is a database within McInVIA. You might even find some information about erosion in PebbleGo or Power Knowledge. Paragraph 5. People visit the Grand Canyon for many reasons. It is one of the most beautiful places on Earth, with its unusually shaped rocks and colorful canyon walls. Mule rides, hiking, and rafting down the Colorado River are three exciting ways for visitors to see the fantastic shapes and colors of the canyon. The caption of the photo says, "People can take day trips into the canyon or camp overnight along the trail." I've underlined the reason why people visit, as well as mules, rides, hiking, and rafting. The main idea is that tourists, or people that visit, are attracted to the Grand Canyon for its beauty and many outdoor activities. Writing annotations is something that we've been working on all year. Teachers have been encouraging students to not copy text, which is called plagiarism, and the annotation that I've included here summarizes the main idea of the text but restates it in a way that is different from how the author chose to write the text. So you see why I think erosion and weathering created something beautiful in Arizona's desert. The Grand Canyon is so much more than just a deep hole in the ground. It is a sculpture that has been carved over 5 million years by the mighty forces of nature, and it is still being shaped today. The caption of that beautiful photo says nearly 5 million people view the awesome sight of the Grand Canyon every year. The main idea is that the Grand Canyon is one of nature's beautiful examples of erosion. Do you know what weathering means? I circled that as a possible vocabulary word to discuss. Weathering means to wear away or to change the appearance, which means how something looks. It changes the way how something looks. I underline the key detail that this is location, that it's in Arizona. I also underline still being shaped today, because in 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 50 years, 100 years, is the Grand Canyon going to look different? Quite possibly, because erosion from wind and water is happening all the time due to weather. I also wanted you to acknowledge where it says in this sentence, it is a sculpture that has been carved over 5 million years by the mighty forces of nature. I want to reconnect what it said on that first page of the passage or text, that water can be an artist. They've now referenced that the Grand Canyon is like a sculpture, which sculptures are what artists make. Have you been to the Grand Canyon? If you have, why don't you email your teacher a few pictures so that we can share with the class?